What about you, Nathan? I mean, I only really noticed legacy media popping up when they went to report Thursday's hearings. And I think it was because they hadn't used the words anti vaxxer, conspiracy theorist, and anti vaccine type terminology for like weeks. And so they were missing them. So they felt that they needed to dust them up and pop them out into a news cycle for 5 minutes. I mean, what were your impressions?
I guess it's important to start from scratch and ask sort of what the media actually is, because in a situation like this, what they are really comes to the fore. And the media, I think, was very reluctant to talk about this story for a very simple reason that actually the best way to think about the media is that they're actually part of the government. And if
Mm.
you actually just dissolved New Zealand Herald or TVNZ and amalgamated them into one thing called the Ministry of Information, nothing would actually change. Everyone would still go to their jobs, they'd still get the same press releases, they'd still talk to the same sources, and they still have the same level of professionalism or lack of professionalism. They would cover the same stories. And I think that's important when these sorts of issues come up, is that the story has actually already been written before you even hear it. These guys already know what they're going to say. They already know what sound bites they're looking for. They know what conspiracies, theories, trigger words they're actually aiming to get and record. And nothing at the hearing actually mattered to them. There was no in-depth analysis. There were a few op-eds that sort of landed around the fringes, but in terms of actually analyzing what was going on, addressing the problems, talking about the issues being raised, scant. And I
Mm.
think that's actually not a conspiracy. If you go back to what I said before, it's actually just the way the media works. The media is doing what it's told. The media is doing what it's built for, and that is to deliver the government's message in one package or another. They've decided what that story is, and this was really just an obstacle that they had to get over. You can see it maybe landed in the front pages or the top left-hand corner of New Zealand Herald, maybe for the morning when no one was watching the news. Everyone was getting their coffee in the morning, ready for work. So it's sort of, yes, they ran it. Yes, no problem. But then it sort of disappeared, cycled down to the bottom further and further, and then did the same thing with the other stories. And that's not surprising. Once, like I say, once you understand what the media actually is.